Today I will be doing a video on Thunder Force. Two women who were childhood best friends team up to save the city from villains terrorizing the citizens after one of them accidentally injects themselves with a substance that gives them super strength. I don't know what it is about these Melissa McCarthy movies, but I can't seem to stay away from them. They look so awful from the trailers, but curiosity gets the best of me, and I end up watching all of them, and most of them I end up not liking. The only movie of hers that I liked wasn't even a comedy, but a drama. I knew I wasn't going to like this just by the teaser I saw, but here we are. I think what made me watch this was mostly because of Octavia. I was curious to see how her and Melissa would play off each other. This is just a pairing that I wouldn't expect. So the movie starts, and we see the two women as children meeting at school and becoming friends. The children and teen actors had a lot of really bad acting. It felt rushed. With filmmaking, you have to do multiple takes, and it was hard to believe this was the best acting they could get out of these kids. There was one part where a bully is told to get into a dumpster, and he doesn't even put up a fight. All he does is shrug his shoulders and then he jumps in. All the scenes with the teens and kids were done very sloppy, like they were just trying to get it over with so we could get to the grown-up versions of these girls. I didn't like the villain, who calls himself the King. He is disrespectful to black characters. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but I didn't like what he did with one black male character, given what happened to George Floyd. The King ends up doing this to other people who work for him. That's his thing when he's frustrated. As for the movie itself, it's not funny at all. Melissa is trying her hardest to be funny, but not hitting the mark. She's really giving it her all, but it's not working. It's one of those things where people on set were probably laughing their asses off after each take. But just because people on set laugh, it doesn't mean it will translate well to an audience. The whole atmosphere of the movie was bland. It wasn't terrible, it was easy to sit through, but at the same time I was struggling. Only 30 minutes left and it wasn't improving. I was hoping it was a slow start and it would eventually pick up, and it never really did. Melissa and Octavia should stick with drama and leave comedy alone. Although Octavia was good in Bad Santa and Spider-Man, she had minor roles in those, but she can do well in lighter toned movies. There's this long sequence of Jason Bateman and Melissa dating, and it's way too long. They're talking and trying to be clever and funny, basically playing off each other, and it's not hitting the mark. They look like they're having a good time, but I wasn't. I felt like a third wheeler. It was really awkward. And the movie is coming to a close very soon. The movie's about to hit the credits in 20 to 25 minutes. Why is this taking so long? None of this is funny. The elevator scene was actually pretty decent. Jason was really funny in that, and the King was also really good. There's also a henchman that works for the King, and he's also good, but he's gone in a blink of an eye. This was the only time I actually laughed out loud. There was one heartfelt moment between Octavia and Melissa, and that proves Melissa should stick to drama where she shines. It was actually identical to a scene in Superintelligence where she's crying, and it's very obvious at this point that Melissa wants to be in serious movies, but the industry won't let her because apparently fat people can't be serious. Fat people can only be funny because apparently they're funny looking. I don't know, it's really tragic. But I give this a 2 out of 10 just because of the elevator scene. I would actually give this a 0 out of 10 if it wasn't for that one scene. It really is bland. A lot is going on, but it feels so lifeless. And just to give a minor spoiler, but am I dumb for feeling bad for Jason's crab arms getting broken off at the end? It was so sad. I felt so bad for him.